Okay. Time to go start Pandamonium. It was over here, I think. It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Level, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for, well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Altioscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our very conjecture. You've been to the center of the star before, and far beyond. However, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye at Aporia. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. I'll be right there then. I'm excited for more Elidibus. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Devel, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure Nemgigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudine, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I've been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there's no greater an honor than to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the Anti-Tower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin and learned of the fate of that would befall the star, the final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Altioscope did we continue our vigil. An impressive work as the device is, However, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we discovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now we would have you see for yourself. Oh hey, Gaming of Mind, thank you for redeeming in. Awa awa. Awa Awa. I like that one. How are you? Here's the crystal in question. I just saw your emote. Which emote? Are you talking about the emotes on Twitch? I'm good too. I woke up not too long ago. Here's the crystal in question. Oh yeah. Thank you. I got those a while ago. I want to get more eventually. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Oh! It's one of those crystals. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please tell me everything. I see, the Asians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield. Of storage stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Asian memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of the 14. Unlike the crystal in Devel's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why are they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? I like this guy. Professor Claudine. Yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? He wants to get back to his thinking. What? Oh, yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry. I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Oh, here it goes. If anyone, message, come, Pandamonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star in danger. The star is always in danger. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? More like, what did I hear? Pandemonium? 'Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons, not a name that inspires optimism. All things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemgigi? Rusinod? I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, you will find them. As for you, Davel, there is a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Okay, first off, it's weird of you to assume that I could still do that, but sure, I can do that. Oh hey Trash Pan, thank you for following. Come one of my sinners. How are you? I'm just doing the Pandamonium questline. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if we need to be concerned by this message. Hey Trash Pan. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. Thank you for following, if you didn't hear. Journey to the ocular and approach the portal. Okay. What's going to happen now? If receives this message. If who receives this message? Come, Pandemonium, quickly. That was an odd sound. It sounded like I was punched. Er. Oh, I ran into someone. Oh, it's Elizabeth. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies for the briefest moment. I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. You have no idea. She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Themis? So this must be before he took the office of Elidibus? Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis, as you can see by my bare face. I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here, or any place I know, for that matter. I gotta be professional. This is serious. I'm also here on an assignment. Are you to investigate Pandamonium, perchance? It would not surprise me should we share a purpose. Well, yes. If so, we may be able to help one another, but first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Time travel. I see. I believe that dispels my major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Alright? A crystal with no marking on it. What's he gonna say about it? Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandamonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis, is overseen by the words of La Habrea. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects, and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Okay. So La Habrea was in charge of Pandamonium. Does that mean we're also going to see La Habrea? Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from that Pandemonium ceased. I'm here as a representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation. and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Organization. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, I'd offer a suggestion as to what we should do next. Go to Pandamonium? Is that your suggestion? I think that's his suggestion. I'll take this one. During the course of your investigations, you may discover valuable artifacts. This can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Mylene in Emporia or Joel at Ratatan. Okay. Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. Okay, so... Ancient me was a member of the same organization as him. And for some odd reason, seems to be able to predict the future. Okay, there they are. It's a cat. I sent a request for permission before setting forth to Elpis. With luck, we shall not be waiting long. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together? Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warden's instructions at all times. Who's the warden? Those who conduct their work within Pandemonium are called warders for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Ah, okay. I was wondering, why not just destroy them if they're such a threat? Those who spend their days in Pandamonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandamonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. That sounds suspicious. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Yeah. Future him. He's a... like... like... psychotic evil person. Generic evil person. Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company, almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandamonium. The Neos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leith. Let us delay no further. Okay, where is it? All the way over there. Okay. How the hell do I get over that? Do I get... right over here? I should have worked on flying before I came here. Okay, good. This is a teleporter. I assume it's going to take me up there. Yeah, I think this is the one. And this one obviously takes me to the next island. Okay, and no more teleporters I need to look out for. Sounds so disgusting. Now I'm not gonna fight that. I cannot be bothered. I need to get back into crafting. Highest is... Where am I going? Over here. Highest is goldsmith for disciple of hand, and highest for land is miner. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you two have met La Habre in the flesh? In someone else's flesh, yes. I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager, or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandamonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? I like to look at this place. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity, not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I do not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there's something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us are here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to stand by idly while you risk life and limb. I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Alright, that'll be appreciated. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. That should be enough. Then so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandamonium's pitiless halls. Oh, is this going to be the first one? Asphodelos, the first circle. I like that name. Damn it. Where am I at? 549. 549. It's my jewelry that's holding me back. You know what? Probably have enough to boost some of my gear. I should have looked up the item level beforehand. Okay. Let's see. Open. There we go. Which one's the lowest? 87, 90, 85, 81, 80. Two of my rings. Oh, that's a lot. 88. What level did I need to be? 565. Let me look up the other ones first. Bracelets. They're all so much. Classic choker. Classic earrings. You know what? I think I might have enough. Hold on. I got new rings. What does that put me to? 559. Where do I need to be? 565. Hold on. Where is it? Is there not one nearby? Hold on. Gonna go get some money. Honestly, those things selling for so much gives me even more reason to level my crafting. Okay. Go this way. Where is it? Oh, there it is. No, wait. It's not what I meant. Damn it. There we go. Over here. Okay. 85, 90, 87. Let's do bracelet. And earrings. And the last necklace of slaying. Let's look at necklace. 580. You know what? Fine, I'll do it. Okay. Now I can queue up. It'll take, an average of less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna go to Charlian. I don't know how long the queue's actually gonna take, so I'm gonna pick up some of the blue quests here. Oh, it might start sooner than expected. We just need a healer left. Then I'll just wait. I wonder... Oh yeah. I need to put that in my glamour chest. Over here. How much do these go for? 12 not... Damn it. $1797. 1797. Here we go. $12,987. There we go. Right, I'm gonna talk to this Loperette. Cutting the cheese. Devel, oh thank goodness you're here. It's absolutely terrible, awful. An emergency of cataclysmic proportions. What is it? I don't know actually. They didn't say, but doesn't it sound simply dreadful? What I do know is Buildingway has been asking about you. He said if I happen to see you, I should tell you to hurry over to Kydonia Knolls with all haste. Well, what are you standing around here for? Away with you. Okay. I got that. Isn't there another blue quest? Down here? Another Loperette? It's time for the first boss. Okay, who is it gonna... what's it gonna be? I'll save them. I must. This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can bring him to his senses. Okay. That was pretty cool. Order of the Condemned. Erichthonios. I'm happy the music hasn't started messing up already. Overwhelming cold. I'll stand here with this guy. Okay, I think I get it. shame. I think it's similar as before. Yeah, it is. I like this boss. Okay, what do I have? What do I have? Now I have, I think I should do, Savage progression at some point. I think that would be fun. What's going on over here? I have a feeling the bosses are just going to get harder and harder. Okay, here. that. 15%. Okay, he's pretty much dead. There we go. Suit of unsung armor of Asphodelis. Let's see what I get. And I'll give it to this one, Bannable Offense. Just because of the name. Ooh, nice, I got one. Okay. Let me put this in my bag. That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors that spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they was cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. I have a question. Are those cages purely for aesthetic purposes, or did they hold things in them? Devil, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies, and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I am Eric Thonios. I'll just call him Eric. A warder of Asphodelis, Pandamonium's highest layer and the place we are in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandamonium? The creations interred within Asphodelis have been set free and stalk its halls to no end but violence. Prison break. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandamonium is under the charge of a key ward, who keep strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see, your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders? Ooh, hydrate. Thank you. I'm drinking actual water this time instead of something else. Whatever's taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors, so Pandamonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual, or individuals, that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation? Were they to receive word of what has transpired here? What measures would they take? Under the auspices of the organization and auspices of the Convocation? Huh. Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandamonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same, Themis. I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Eric, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be co-signing yourself to an early death. Strength and resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there's slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Let's go beat up some people. I knew you'd be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So, you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magic of Pandamonium yet hold. So for the moment, time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Davel have set us upon. Hi, I'm Davel. Demis and Davel, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates. In case any have followed you out. I'll take this one. I need to level up Dark Knight, because if I'm going to do savage stuff, I want to be tanking. I'll do that some other time. Seems our investigation would be quite the ordeal after all. Still, I find it hard to believe that La Habrea knows naught of what has transpired here. Whoever the mastermind of this crisis is they do not lack for power and cunning. My guess is it's La Habrea. For all you know, this could be one of the tests and studies he's doing. Under the surface. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warder have made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand. But do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor and our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. I've seen him smile, but for completely evil, dastardly purposes. Ah, so you have met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandamonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Key Ward. Her name was Athena. Ooh, nice. Previous La Habrea was named Athena. And she was a researcher with the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know there was a Chief Key Ward before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words. And you wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about it. However, I'm a mere warder and cannot wield interment magics. Why is that? Ah, but of course, I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall during a battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the key ward of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much. I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of internment and its inner workings, perhaps... Leave the fighting to me, you two can figure out the rest. I dare say we can do just that. Good, you agree with me. Eric, you implied that what prevented you from performing interment was lack of magical capacity? What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I cannot say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen this spell cast so many times that the motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well, let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures, though I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that De Vela could dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus, like the hippocampus? The seahorse? Horse? Wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelis are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task? Yes, you can trust me. I won't kill it. As dependable as ever, once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keyword's magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around you, and it'll be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Second circle. Okay, second circle. Ooh. Tombstone of Astronomy. I like the look of these tombstones. I can only get the astronomy ones. I can only get 450 of them per week. Okay. I get some of them from the dailies. That's good to know. Expert. An expert dungeon will be selected at random from among those you have unlocked. I like to do this at some point. The completion of the following: the dead ends. Okay, so I need to unlock 2 other ones to unlock expert? Interesting. I assume the dead ends in the other 2 that I need to do will be the ones in that... the ones that will be... done. I'm losing my words. I'm gonna talk to Eric. Or I would talk to Eric, but... I've got to go fight a... hippocampus. Oh. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. I hope this one's easy. I want to know who decided to create this thing. Keep forgetting to put my debuff on bosses. I gotta keep doing more damage. Oh, I see what's going on. That water is damaging me. This music is pretty calming. And now it's ominous. Damn it, I died. I like this sage. They keep reviving me. Third time dying. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Honestly, it's probably be a good idea just not to keep reviving me. I keep dying. Like right there. Okay, don't die as soon as I come back. Like right there. I don't think this hippocampus likes me. Uh-oh, one of the healers are down. Oh. Oh damn it, both of the healers are down. At least we haven't wiped yet. Oh fuck. Sewer deluge. Okay. Oh, fuck. I wasn't getting out of that in time. Oh no. Okay, he's at 10%. Okay, I got this. Okay, good, he's down. Oh, hey, Tay. Thank you for redeeming the pets. Let me see. My mind went blank there and I almost forgot how to do this. Oh, I made myself smaller. There you go. How are you doing, Tay? We're doing good. body's a little achy. I also recently woke up, so I'm still a little bit sleepy. Oh. Can't leave that. Not like that. Okay. That was a trial by fire or water, I suppose, but I had faith we would see it through. So long as we had your stout arm, of course. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandamonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, and no small part thanks to you two. Demus's power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper magos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Davel, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depths. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. You may prove the impossible possible. After all, I'll take this one. After witnessing the hippocampus's capabilities, I should not blame you for wishing to avoid engaging any further creations in the place of their choosing. Alas, I doubt we will have the luxury. Oh, that's cool looking. The fires of creation. While our successes in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other wardens concerns me. The key ward of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the key wards besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic. And I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, key wards are not only masters of internment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandamonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. Oop, right back to you, Tay. Did you say Did you say something after you said you were half asleep? For some odd reason, not all messages pop up in my stream chat. For some reason. Oh, okay. Just making sure. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus open upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has like as not taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix? Last I checked. Ah, yeah, Phoenix. I've heard the name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. I'm familiar with a phoenix. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is never built on the back of failure, however. La Brea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This phoenix would be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandamonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Brea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Brea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Brea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandemonium, we would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. What the hell's going on? Oh, there it is. Oh, who's this? Oh wait, it's what's his face? I guess something happened to him. What? Okay, odd. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let's confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Phoenix time. Fight well, friend. We should gain naught from allowing the larger implications of this to distract us from the fight ahead. The Phoenix's rage will be unbridled, but I trust you are prepared for the worst. As prepared as I'm gonna be. Monster energy drink? I haven't had a monster in years. I need to find the vendors for these. Probably looked it up. Pandamonium, vendor. You can find them in Labyrinthos. Or I can visit Dijon and Razat Han. I wonder if I have time for that. I wonder if I have time to stop by Razat Han. Oh, that audio stuttering. .3 X 10.3 Y 9.6. Wherever that is. Over here? Maybe? Oh yeah, here. What's that in response to? Oh, the coordinates for the vendors. That's what the numbers I was talking about. Yeah, it didn't happen on screen, but I was looking up where to find the vendors. And they gave coordinates, and I was just reading what they said. Mythic creation, the Phoenix. I like the look of this Phoenix. Well, that was quick. Yes, let's beat it. And hopefully not die as many times as I did last time. For the last boss. I don't think these are supposed to be so close together. Well, so far I haven't died yet. Oh, fuck. Okay, now I died. That went better than I expected. Okay. Oh, it's maple walnut from the previous one. I think I'll take... Greed that one, greed that one. Alright, I'll just greed them all, see what I get. Pants. Seems like I can only get one at a time from each one. That's fine. Ooh, thank you for the hydrate. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but one person, Asphodelos, with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though, fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. Let me guess, he's here? Thank you for redeeming a, awa awa. Awa awa. I like saying that. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Awa awa. Even so, I expected it could at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I'd hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Very vampire looking. Keyword Hesperos? Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandamonium? Pandamonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast. Unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Yeah, definitely vampire. I see those teeth. Ah, Eric, must you press me with those inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Chaos is fun? Yeah, chaos is fun. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity. I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master La Habrea, yet nowhere skilled with magic than newborn babe. Be son? Is Eric the son of Master La Habrea? Sounds like it, but of course, it's always about Lahab. Silence, you're not worthy to utter his name. For once, he'd be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I've become one with our own mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemitheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. Oh, are they locking us up? Is he locking us up? And he shall require no other. I think not. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you've lost sight of what it means to serve? Eric is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Davel, let us quit this place. He uses a rapier? Yeah, I noticed that. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is his plan his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Eric. Even dullards have their uses. I like his design. Please, please, leave me be. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We faced the key ward of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Eric worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the key ward has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. We'll take this one. Who wards the warders? Much as I am loath to disturb Eric so soon after what just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events, concerning both the key ward and his father. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandamonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. It came as a surprise to me. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. 'Twas La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother? Yes? Oh. How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. Yeah, you're the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see, there's little love lost between you two. But I cannot see why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. Why is she no longer with us? And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Ah, I see. She is no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand. After all, namely how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. Yeah. He said that he has become one with his creations. Perhaps that he means he is vulnerable to internment? Probably. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandamonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? If you fail to confine him, I can always track him down. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Eric's plan. Thank you, Devel. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Rhycolacos, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with. And we know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. The fourth circle. That Hesperos possessed such a lust for power that he would resort to this. Clearly I misjudged him. I'd like nothing more than to strike him down myself, but seeing you wipe that arrogant grin off his face will taste just as sweet. He called himself a Hemetheos and claimed immortality. I know not how he discovered this dark art, but his actions do not bespeak a sound mind. Let's see, I want to go back to Rathatan and check out those vendors. Okay. Let's check the ones up here first. Well, I would check the ones up here, but... Hold on. I have a bit of time. Oh, there they are. Okay. I can come back some other time. I just want to know where that specific vendor was. Yes, cool eyes. Oh. I like this song. Come on, sound. Don't mess up now. This music sounds pretty good. I wish the audio would stop messing up. Opposite of what I am. Okay. do we do? Ah, I see. Oh my. Damn it. Oh, we still have a red mage. They can help revive. How'd that kill me? I'll stop looking at the fight. Okay, he's pretty much dead. There we go. Pandamonium asphodelis complete. Ooh. I'm leading on that bat. Come on. Give me it already. Wait, did I already get it? I don't think there was a blade on the list. I'm waiting for everything else. There we go. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. Of course he'd know how to do that. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. He's going to kill himself? You're wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand here. Surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet. However, although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandamonium. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. I like that. Interesting. I wanted to learn more about him, though. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be La Habrea's son. So terrible did his jealousy become that he sought verboten power. power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How does pursuit for respect warps one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true, how it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the create intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other wardens and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. Influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? Of course he can do that. What? What is this presence? Eric, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. And what would that be? A warding sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandamonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that the same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Makes sense. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. For more potential hemitheoi. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose the heart yet, Eric. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemitheos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandamonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and this can wield internet magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, there's nothing stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos? Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Asphodelos' sole remaining warden after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us find a way into Aspissos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other wardens and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandamonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Eric and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense, you owe us nothing, but it was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the hippocampus' assault. Each of us have arrived at this dire paths by separate paths, but it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandamonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Devel her rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Probably. I'm back, you three. Welcome, Devel. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? So there's evil afoot in Pandamonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing wardens? Truly we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Devel heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future, which remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery, with the help of Devel, of course. By her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet she returns to the same present she left. which can only mean one thing, that her intervention in Pandamonium's crisis is but one of countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. Why am I looking surprised I knew this? There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandamonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an inedible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left behind were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandamonium? No! Okay. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. As it shines just as splendidly as the day we met, we shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in similar state, I must ask that you rest. Small demon? Yes, small demon. But before that, oh, I accidentally hit the mic. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I find it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Another assistant? Mylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history, but be they from far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in the trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we did. When we do. Okay. I'll take this one. Let me pick this up. Devel, allow me to thank you personally for your contribution to our research. Your stories of the ancient creations have planted the seeds of a great many theories, and I cannot wait for them to flourish. Recent tales of the Asphodelos. Professor Claudine has asked me to write detailed records of your investigations. If you wouldn't mind staying for a while, I would ask you to tell me more of your adventures in the past. Adventures that started with that mysterious crystal, seemingly containing a message declaring a crisis in this pandemonium, of course. Professor Claudine will eventually make a report, but we are deficient in concrete facts at present. To that end, I suppose a comprehensive catalogue of the beasts you encountered in the Asphodelos circles would be a fine starting point. Yes, I require every gory detail, every hair-raising description. Nemgigi, I've brought you the volumes you asked for, but are you quite certain we need all this just to research the crystals? Some of these habitats of aquatic life forms and the myths and folklore of the phoenix, for example, seem to have little bearing on the subject. In fact, many of those tomes seem In fact, many of these tomes seem to be related to the creatures of Pandamonium Davil spoke of. Surely we have better things to do with our time. Davil has already encountered and subdued them, so what use could further insight offer? To unlock savage raids. On the contrary, Rusinod, we would be remiss in our duty as academics not to take every opportunity to learn more of these subjects. To view the creatures of bygone time through the lens of modern science is a dream so few have a chance to achieve. Of course, I'll not deny a personal interest in the matter. As I thought, while there were enough relevant tomes for me to fulfill your request this once, if you wish to state your appetite for knowledge again, might you do so on your own time? Shall we proceed? Tell me everything you remember, and please spare not a single detail. I don't easily frighten, you may be assured. You might start with your battle with the transformed warder Eric, was it? I would also like to hear of the keyword and the nature of his metamorphosis. Alright. Good. Thank you for this priceless information. While I'm disappointed I couldn't behold your foes with my own eyes, your stories have given me more than enough to write sufficiently thorough descriptions. Perhaps we should also include basic theories concerning the growth and behavior of these creatures. It could give our little catalog some flavor, wouldn't you agree? We could start with, I have it. Aquatic life forms in our time have been observed to grow to sizes that are orders of magnitude larger than their larval forms. In fact, it may be not be so preposterous to posit that the hippocampus you encountered was merely the larval form of a much more massive, and I dare say horrific entity. Okay, so I'm guessing in savage hippocampus is going to be a different form. Now, don't look at me like I'm some mad magus. Breakthroughs have been precipitated by even wilder theories than that. As the professor always says, we mustn't let logic stand in the way of brilliance until proven one way or the other. Every hypothesis is a valid one. There is nothing quite like the ambrosia of inspiration. Are we making records or creating fairy tales? So long as I make a note on the margins of my records indicating that a theory is unproven, we can let our imaginations run wild. As I said, you needn't be a researcher to have an idea that will leave its mark for generations. Asphodelis savage. Is the next set of raids even out yet? Let me see. Pandamonium. That's not what I wanted. Raid release schedule. Damn it, where's the schedule? This is not giving me an answer. Raid release time. Maybe this. Raid's first year, 2 weeks in. From then on, January 4th, Savage difficulty will drop versions. Okay, so Savage just recently dropped. The light Pandemonium will be the first raid of Endwalker, but it won't be the last. The first is 3 years, arriving in. This is not answering my questions. I don't think it's out yet. Well, either way, I'm gonna look at this vendor. This one? No, not that one. This one. What does this look like? I don't like it. Kinda like that chest piece. Where's the weapons? The War Mythos. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. And thank you all who stopped by and watched. I know it's a little early, but I got up late and I need to end early. Hold on. We find someone to raid. You too? Damn it. Wait. Who can I raid? Who's online? Damn it, show me who's online. I guess I'll send you over to, Seirinu. Raid. Seirinu. Okay. Thank you all. I'll be back again tomorrow. If there's no, more, Pandamonium stuff, I'll probably just do more blue quests and all that. But yeah, I'm sending you over to Seirinu. Uh, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go.